Hey everyone, welcome to A Great Alternative. In today's video, episode number 4 of the cordage series that I'm doing, I'm going to make cordage out of Oxeye daisies. Oxeye daisy is a small perennial and our largest native member of the daisy family. The common plant thrives in temperate regions and can be found in yards, gardens, sides of roads, among crops, and in many other habitats. It has a long, thin stem with few leaves growing out the side. But the most easily identifiable feature is the flower, which is white petals surrounding a bright yellow centre. Oxeye daisy flowers grow in solitary heads and are around 3 to 5 centimetres wide. Not to be confused with the common daisy, which although the flower heads are much alike in appearance, the common daisy's flower are significantly smaller at around 2 centimetres wide, plus they don't grow as tall as this Oxeye daisy. The plant has a few different uses. It was used traditionally in medicines to treat various health problems, such as coughs and asthma. Also, the flower heads can be used to make tea. Harvest in little bits after it spread its seed, not all from the same area, because harvesting will stimulate new growth. As for preparing and storing, that's it, hung up behind me. That's all I've done. Brought it in, tied it into a very small bundle. Like any cordage really, you want it to dry out slowly, not too fast, not too slow, just right. One of the reasons that I did grab this again, like everything that I'm doing so far, has come from either just outside the shed here or on the driveway where we're living at the moment. This was one of those. And can you guess why I picked this? Because it's nice and long. So some of them still had the leaves on. I did have to just grab them at the top and pull all the way down just to remove those leaves. I've given them a little bit of a soak. What I've also done, as well as giving them a soak, is just kind of work the material like this. Just sort of twist it and try and break some of those fibres, but you're breaking them in a way that you're not snapping them, because they are fairly brittle and I've found that they are fairly easy to break. So I've just been grabbing a bundle like this and just twisting them, and you can kind of hear that. If I hold this near my mic, you can kind of hear it sort of squelch and crack a little bit. As well, today, this is a lot more abrasive compared to, for example, the dandelion cordage or some of the leaf cordage, so the thin plantain leaf. This is a bit more abrasive. Starting off the cordage, twist those fibres together. Oh look, it does look like it's not brilliant. So I'm really just trying to be careful with these fibres because they do want to snap fairly easily. So I'm squishing with my fingers as well as twisting until we reach that point where it wants to twist in on itself like so. Oh. Okay, it's not great, it's not great. This is quite brittle. Okay, that's not working. Let's try a different bit. Now, I think the reason that this is snapping fairly easily is because of the pith on the inside. Can you see that there? Where are we? It's because of this on the inside, this white stuff. It's the fibres on the outside that want to hold it together, but it's snapping very easily because the majority of what it's made up of is not these fibres. So what I think I'm going to do is continue breaking down these fibres. So maybe I can use one of these pieces of wood. Should work. Okay, let's try that again. Really worked. Now, twisted, bashed, and rolled. Same again, let's grab a couple. I'm starting from further out this time, rather than trying to get that twist happening really quickly. Because again, I think that's a bit more of a forgiving way of twisting these fibres together. Okay, well, it's twisted together. I can't say it's great so far. Just a case of really breaking those fibres, really twisting it, because I fear this will just separate very easily, especially when it dries. Same as always, twist, over, twist, over. I'm using my thumb to kind of hold everything in place. I've actually got these. What do they look like, eh? It's actually like a thumb guard. They feel gross. Alicia won't even touch these, because so I got this for carving. When I'm doing a lot of carving and your thumb's pushing for a long time against the metal, it can be really abrasive on your thumb. But let's see how they work for this. Yeah, not great. So, can you tell this project's not going as great as the others so far? But that's the point. That's the point of these projects, is we're learning. And if the learning is, okay, I learn Oxeye daisies aren't something I would necessarily make cordage out of, or they're not something that is easy to make cordage out of. I think if I was to work these fibres a lot more, then yes, I could get them down to something that would be probably finer, softer, and easier to work with. No, these aren't working, making it harder. So what I might need is just giving them every so often a quick spray, and then also that keeps your fingers kind of tacky and able to really twist that and keep holding and make that twist nice and tight. Okay, right. Now, as always, I'll cut back once I've finished this cordage. Okay, there we go. What do we think? Definitely a very rustic finished product. Do I like it? I mean, I love the colours. There's purples and the greens, and yeah, it's some really beautiful colours in there. At a pinch, can it be used, you know, in bushcraft survival type scenarios? Absolutely. Will it make a cordage? Absolutely. That's strong enough to use for various things. If you need to make a cordage, could you make it quickly? Yeah, probably you could harvest it and use it straight away and it would be a usable cordage. However, would I use it, or would I recommend it for using as a kind of natural craft cordage? Especially compared to some of the ones that we've done recently. So for example, here we've got some, this is made from thin plantain, and we've got some that I literally just made. This is from dandelion. Now, lot softer. I think the colors are pretty, and also it's easier to get a kind of smoother, cleaner finish. So therefore, with that in mind, would I recommend Oxeye Daisy for natural crafts? No. Should you give it a go? Absolutely. Go for it. Will I have another go myself? Absolutely. I think if I was to have a go again, what would I do differently? Probably really try and prepare and sort of break the fibres up a lot before I start. I might look into if there's a way of removing the pith, very similar to how you remove the pith from soft rush. Again, if you're interested, there's a video here where you can watch how I do that. I don't think it would be as easy as soft rush, so therefore I wouldn't have high hopes for it. But can you make cordage from it? Yes. So if you've liked this video, please press that like button. Press subscribe if you haven't already, because most of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subscribers. And also comment down below, would you make cordage from this? Do you think it's worth it? Is there a fibre that you really like making cordage from? Please let me know. And other than that, thanks again everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.